Hey guys and girls, welcome back to another beautiful video on this beautiful day, on this beautiful channel. What's up? We're gonna be doing a SFML tutorial today and an example type thing. So I'm just gonna make a little simple program where your square, you can move that square with the keyboard keys, WASD, and then you can change the color of the square by pressing the mouse buttons, and a different background color. So I don't know, maybe that's gonna be enough for us to play around. All right, so let's just go ahead and start with that. So let's go from the start. Let's do, I already included everything and use the namespace SF for ease of writing. SFML code render render window. So we're making our window like in the previous examples. Go ahead and watch those if you haven't yet. Let's do video mode, and this is our resolution, so let's just do 640 and then 480. We'll call it simple square swag, and then yeah, that should be, let's see, SFD wait, what am I trying to do? No, this should be enough actually. This should be enough. Okay, then we need our game loop. So per usual, let's just do this, and then window dot is open. So we're checking while the window is open, we're gonna be doing stuff. Let's make a event, and then make a while loop for that. Window dot poll event. So we're getting all the events from the window, passing in our event that we just created, and then boom, bada bing, we got if. Let's make a thing for the window here. If window, oh no, how do you do this? Event dot type. So you get the type of the event is a event where the window is closed. Then we're just gonna close. So this means that you press the little X button on the screen. Yeah, all right. So and then we might do if event dot key pressed, and then event dot key dot code equals keyboard escape. Then we're just gonna do window dot close as well. All right, so that should work. Now let's just see if return 0. Oh no, this shouldn't be in the while loop, excuse me. This should be outside. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna update draw. So window dot display, and then we're gonna do some update function here. We'll just update everything. Now let's see if this works. Excuse me, please work. Yes, all right. Simple square swag, and then it closes with escape as well. There we go. Now we have the window. Now we're gonna make a function here, void draw, and then we're gonna make a void, actually above this, it doesn't really matter, update, and we're just gonna call these two all the time. So we're just gonna do draw, and we're gonna do update. Now you don't really need comments for that because it's so self-explanatory almost. So you're gonna update the game, you're gonna draw the game, and take these, put them in here, put them down here, and then define these. Alright, so of course here we need window dot display at the end, and in the beginning we're gonna, oh wait, window isn't global, so we're gonna have to pass in Actually, this is gonna be kind of annoying because we're gonna have to pass in everything unless they're global. Let's see, render. Now you can use render target here because you don't have to draw to a window. You can draw to other things. You can draw to something called a bitmap. No, not a bitmap. Excuse me. What's it called? What's it called? Render texture. Render texture. So it's also kind of a target. So you can just use target instead. Render target, and then target.display. Wait, target doesn't have a. Excuse me. You know what? Never mind. We'll just use window. I'll brush up on that later. Render window. Boom. Then we're gonna do render window. All right, and then call that. Let's just call that target anyway. Okay, target dot clear. And then we're gonna clear it in a background color, right? So we're gonna do color. Let's clear it in something that's not too annoying. Magenta isn't too annoying. And then we'll draw everything here. Draw stuff. And then we'll update everything here. And then window. Okay, now update might be a little more annoying to do since we're gonna have to pass in the square. And no, it won't be. Actually, it won't be. It won't be. Not that big deal. Usually you want to do this in a game class where the functions have access to all the variables, so you don't have to make them global. But then we have a window, and let's make it rectangle shape, square, and then we'll just give it a, let's see, why isn't this showing me what I need? I need a vector to f anyway for the size of it, so we'll just give it 100 dot f. There we go. For floats, you don't have to do this, but it saves some processing power, like a little bit. If you have a huge game and you have to convert because that's what it has to do. It has to convert from a integer to a float if you don't directly tell it that you're putting in a float here. So yeah, if you have a big game, it's gonna be a problem. Anyhow, we got a square, and what we're gonna do, we're just gonna copy that, put an update. We're gonna do a reference variable because we want to be able to change it. Square. While we're at it, we can just change that to window. And then boom. Window. And then just, because I changed my mind, alright? Who cares? I changed my mind. Change my mind all the time. And then we pass in square here. There we go. And now we can just update everything where we are. Now, what can you do with a square? Like in the previous video, you can change the set fill color, so it's gonna be a color of red from the beginning. All right, it's gonna be red, and it's gonna have the size of 100. It's gonna have the position of square dot set position. Let's see, window dot get size dot x. So the x size of the window, which is 640 divided by 2. And then we're gonna do window dot get size. So it's gonna put it kind of in the middle, kind of, and that's gonna help us see it better. There we go. Then we have everything here done. Let's see. All right. So now let's start making the movement. Let's just run this and see if it works. Now I might not see the square yet. Nope. Let's do. Okay, we need to pass in square as well. Like I said, this isn't the best kind of solution for it. Square dot window dot draw, which is window dot draw a square, or the square on the window. And then what we need to do is get that and put it in here. And then we pass in square in there. There we go. All right, so now it should draw a square. And if it does, we're good. Yep, it drew this. Ooh, that is a horrible, horrible color. Oh my god. Okay, we're not gonna do magenta. We're gonna do white, bro. All right, we're gonna do white, and then that's gonna be a little easier on the eyes, I think. Yeah, that's easier on the eyes. And every time we click, it's gonna change color, and we're gonna be able to move it with our keyboard. So let's make the keyboard thing is if keyboard is key pressed let's see, keyboard, let's do A first. Now a good thing to do actually is to have something called a key time variable. So what you want to do is you want to do an integer key time equals, start it off at 8. I like doing 8. Wait, first go to window dot set frame rate limit to 60 so you don't go crazy, and then you have 8 in the key time. Now what you need to do is you need to, in the update function, what we're going to do is we're going to pass in this key time like that. All right, trust me on this. This is gonna let us control the amount of times the key is pressed every, I mean, if it's pressed every frame, it's gonna be a problem. We want it to be pressed once and then a few frames later again, and if you hold it down, you know, you're not gonna get this incredible turbo kind of thing. So you can kind of tweak this as you want, but I usually do key time plus plus if key time is less than 8. I do key time plus plus. All right, so it stops at 8. And now if key time and then key time is equal to larger or equal to 8. All right, so this is what you're gonna need in every button press. So it's gonna help us moderate what the hell is going on. A D W S. That's how we're gonna do it. And every time you press the key, you need to do key time 0. So it has to wait. Whoops. So it has to wait until key time is 8 again to be able to press the next key. So it's gonna help us moderate that kind of. So there we go. There we go. Now I can't even speak. While we are at it, let's make the mouse thing as well. Just copy paste this again. And what we're gonna do instead is we're gonna do mouse is button pressed, mouse, and then left. All right. And the key time is blah blah blah. So there we go. We have everything good to go. Now how do we move this beautiful square? So we already passed in square dot square dot move. Now A is gonna move us in the left, to the left, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do minus, because the first is the X and the second is the Y. So we're gonna do minus 5.f, and then we're gonna do 0.f, and that is gonna move us minus, because minus is to the left on the screen. That's how it always is. We're gonna do plus 5 on D, then we're gonna do 0 on the x-axis on W, because W is up, right? And up is also minus, so we're gonna go ahead and do minus 5, and I think 5 is a lot, but we'll see how that works. And then for S, we're gonna do positive 5. And what is our mouse press gonna do? Well, it's gonna take our square and it's gonna set the fill color to color, let's set it to blue. So while we're holding it, it should be blue. We're gonna remove key time from this, because then we'll be able to see it. Every frame while you're holding the button, it's gonna be blue. So otherwise it's gonna, like, because the key time will be red again, and then a few frames later blue, and we won't be able to see it. But yeah, this should be working. Let's see. First, let's try the mouse click. Yep, mouse click is working. Oh, 5 wasn't too much. 5 is alright. Alright. Well, it is working. Bam. Alright. No biggie. Now, it might fly for you on your screen. But what if we do 50 on that? 50. Let's see, that is really fast. 50, 50, 50, 50. And while it's pressed, it's the left, set fill color blue. Otherwise, oh whoops, what we did wrong was we just set the color once up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the color all the time in update. Okay, well, else set the fill color to red. So that's gonna, while we're holding it, it's blue. See? Oh wow, it is jumping. And that is because of the key time, I think. I think the key time is too big. I think it needs to be removed. Let's see if we can remove this. See what happens then. Just do 5 again, because it can screw you up sometimes. You need to get the perfect kind of balance. Yeah, now it's a lot smoother. Alright, there we go. Key time was too big, but still, this is working. Now you have a little square moving around, and you're like, how do I do collision with the screen? Look, I'm going out and I'm doing all kinds of stuff. Guys wanna do that quick? We could do that quick. We could do that quickly. So we got this down, alright? And how do you check, like, if the box is outside of the screen? Well, when we're going left, we want to make sure that the squares get position. Alright, the position of the square is always on the top left corner of the square. Like if this was our square, it would be on top left. So the x coordinate is there and the y coordinate is there. It's counted from there, not this corner, not that corner, not that corner, but on top left. So we get the x. Now since the left corner, well, is on the left side and it's going to touch the left screen, we don't need to do anything special. So we'll get the position of that corner, and then we'll make sure that it is bigger than 0, because the end of the screen is 0. Alright? So while it's bigger than 0, you can't move. Or you can move it while it's bigger than 0. If it's less than 0, you can't move it in that direction. Alright? Now, to make sure, let's check the other way as well. So if you're moving to the right, now remember it's in the top left, so we have to add it with the square dot get size and the x size of the square, which is so if this black piece is the square, our position is up here by the text here. We want to add the size of the x to it, so we're here now, and we're going to check the right side of the screen, right? So we want to check it over here. Now position x plus square is less than the screen. Now then we have to get in the window in here as well. Whatever, let's do that. Let's do the window in here as well. We'll get the window in here. I knew I was gonna regret this, doing these damn functions. Alright, so we got the window in. Window. What we do is we're gonna check if it's less than the window size. Window dot get size. Sorry, size dot x. Alright, so if it's bigger, or if it's less than this right side, meaning it's more over here, as you move closer to it, it's gonna be, I mean, in the end, it's gonna be more than the screen, so then it won't be able to move more to that side. So the only problem with this is it might go out a little, might look weird, but see, we can't move out anymore. And to the left, we can't move out to the left anymore. So that's good, that works. And now for the top and the bottom, you basically do the same thing. You get the square position. Now W is the top. So remember, we want the Y position now. So the Y position has to be bigger than 0 for it to be able to move up more, because it's going to collide at the top. Now if it's above the screen, it's going to be like negative positions, and we don't want that. The least position is going to be 0, 0 for the screen. And yeah, so there you go. That is for the top collision. You want to do the bottom collision, you're gonna have to do this. I can copy paste this to make it a little quicker. So what we do is we get the position of the square, the Y, and we add it to the Y size. So we're down here now on the square, and we're gonna make sure it's bigger than the window's Y size. So if we see what's gonna happen here is that we collide here, we collide bottom, we collide to the right, and we collide on the top. Yep, it's all working. Maybe you can hear me clicking. It is. I'm really clicking. And then we can change the color to give you some epilepsy. Well, all right. That's it, guys and girls. Whew, a little longer video, but this is a little more of a program. This is a good starter thing to do with collision and drawing and updating and everything. So I hope this helped you guys. Hope you learned something. And take care. And I'll see you in the next video. All right. Bye-bye.